At the John Daly Major Ed Foundation, we also focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
You've heard me talk about SQAIRZ golf shoes and how they help you hit the golf ball further. And many of you are saying, oh, come on, Faldo, give us a break. How is that possible? But yes, they do. And it's proven with science.
What we noticed with the SQAIRZ shoes was the shoe keeps the pressure in a more stable fashion towards the inside of the trail heel, allowing pressure to get to the lead side, generating much more club and speed and distance gain.
Visit SQAIRZ.com. Change your shoes, change your game. SQAIRZ, the distance golf shoe.
Welcome back to Big's Golf Talk right here on iHeartRadio, YouTube, on TV, and on Facebook Watch as well. Big's Golf Talk, BGT 2.0. I am Big John Quick. He is the golf father, Bill Cuevas, and he is the wisest man in golf, Greg Wise. And Greg's back with us. And as you can see, Greg is not wearing any glasses, and he's actually gonna be out for a few days after this recording is finished, because Greg is getting some more surgery done on the other eye, so he don't have to wear glasses. And I really need to consider that. I really, really do. But
it's a very simple operation, and if you've got the right person, which I do, she's super. The whole staff at the center in the Villages is awesome. And she says, why are you doing this? And I said, just so I can see the ball land at 250.
Yeah.
She kind of chuckled and she goes, we'll see if that can happen.
Yeah, if somebody asked me that when I get the surgery so I can see the strike zone again.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
is that going to work?
Probably not.
Okay,
no,
just checking.
So. But that's my excuse, and I'll stick with that. Really quick, I just want to talk about SQAIRZ Shoes. We just got finished putting a press release on our website. You should see it up there. You can read more about it. But SQAIRZ is going to retail, Bill and Greg. They have partnered up with Worldwide Golf Shops. Not shots, but I've had too many shots. Worldwide Golf Shops. And they are operate under the established brand names that golfers actually recognize, such as Roger Dunn Golf Shops, Edwin Watts Golf Shops, Golfers Warehouse, the Golf Mart, Vans Golf Shops, Yunta Golf and Ski Warehouse, and the Las Vegas Superstore. Big news from a small company. And Bill, I can't even say what we predicted back when we first met with them. Now, any naysayers about SQAIRZ golf shoes will be able to try out the golf shoes at their favorite golf shops.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge move. It's definitely a good surprise, a welcome surprise for them. Can you imagine now just walking into a store, trying them on, buying them, and going about your business, no ordering if you don't want to? I'm sure they're still going to have that as part of that. We're going to have to get Robert on to see, where they're at that. But it's still kind of cool if, for them to just go and walk in that shop. Hey, okay, give me my size and get out and go golf. So it's going to be good. I have a lot of hope that a lot of good things are coming. They're doing a lot of new things all the time. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next.
Read more on bigsgolftalk.net or .com under press releases on why Robert Winskowitz, the CEO, and staff and made that decision as a whole, as we have talked to Robert in the past, and he was really stuck on direct to consumer. But I have a funny feeling that the feedback that the consumer has given to SQAIRZ is people want to try on the shoes before they buy them.
I think a lot of people kept, you know what it is. People go and you order online and you quite don't know. Yeah, you really don't know. I mean, until you do put it on your feet. You know what it is.
I think the other side of it is that, he talks about that stability in the shoe and the twist test. Well, you can't twist test it until it gets there. But if you're standing in a shop looking at another brand versus SQAIRZ, and you actually get to feel that,
right?
Feel and see the quality of the shoe, you'll walk out with them.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of benefits to that. Also with alignment, making sure that your feet are literally squared up the right way and everything like that. We noticed a lot of benefits from day one while I was doing it. And there was a lot of naysayers out there, but there's a lot of believers now, a lot of them. There's a lot of instructors that are using. You got proven data. You got everything, falling into line. And the shoes that hit, you have, Sepp on tour, winning, making the Ryder Cup, special shoes, John Daly. You have all kinds of stuff now. These people aren't going to put that. I mean, you have that on all round. It's not like you're going to go change your shoes. It's like your golf ball. You need a golf ball to play. You need your shoes to play. And these guys aren't going to jeopardize their career. Most of the people that were using the shoes in the beginning didn't even get sponsored, didn't get paid, didn't get anything. They were just using the shoes for the benefit. So it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see what's the how much more levels can you get? So I like to see them on the top.
Absolutely. And I'm convinced that if you, the consumer out there, are trying these shoes on for the very first time, you're going to be a believer. Yeah. So that's going to be important.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe not at the very point that you put them on, because they do feel a difference. Like right away you feel a difference. But the first time you address the club and swing the club and you play with them for even 9 holes, you become the believer and drinking the Kool-Aid really fast.
Yeah,
that's because they're not used to their toes going, wee, I got room,
well,
I got room.
The freedom is a lot, but the stability is even more.
Yes,
absolutely. That's a great phrase right there.
Yeah.
So
there, you don't ask for no kickbacks on that one.
Nope, sorry. Is this show copyrighted? No, I'm just kidding.
some hot news coming in from the golf world, especially some good and great news for Annika. And Bill, I think you have that story over there.
Yeah, I have that story. So it says Annika Sorenstam named member at Augusta National Golf Club. It goes on to talk about how she has 10 majors, 72 LPGA titles, and she was recently fitted for a green jacket. So everybody knows basically Augusta is private. They have about 300 members, if that many. They have asked repeatedly from her husband, who's also her manager, and they have not confirmed it. They asked Augusta National, who they want to keep their membership very private, secret. So they still haven't told anybody if it's the truth, if it didn't happen. But by the looks of it and all the rumors around, it did happen. So it's the first time. They started taking women in 2012. So Annika is joining a list of a few women in there. But it's going to be interesting to see if they finally do come out and say, or are they going to make a big deal about it if they're not? But, it looks hopeful.
Well, here's the thing about Annika's acceptance to the Masters, Augusta National, not the Masters, but the Augusta National Golf Club. Here's what the difference is. She is the first female professional golfer.
Yes, because you have the likes of Condoleezza Rice, Darla Moore. They said her, and they were looking at possibly Lorena Ochoa. Nancy Lopez is an honorary. but you just don't know. I mean, they won't confirm, so it's gonna be something. We do know they made a big deal when Condoleezza Rice, went in on there. So it's going to be interesting to see if they finally do say, okay, let's give in. And I don't see, why would the secrecy? Why is it such a secret, though? That's what I don't understand. Wouldn't it hyping them a little bit more, knowing that she's part of the membership?
Well, as we know, Augusta National Golf and Country Club has always been that, they're not a big on releasing media or publicly releasing memberships or anything like that. They've always been pretty private about that. Greg, correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. Even getting media credentials, you've got to do some serious work to get those, and they want only established media to be there to record their event. I mean,
Right.
It's not anything like PGA or LPGA or anything. They are their own entity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why, Bill. I mean, they're pretty private on that stuff. When they accept a member, they don't go out of their way to advertise it or brag about it or release any kind of media, press release to say this person is going to be a member at Augusta National Golf and Country Club.
I want to know what the criteria is to become a member. That would be cool.
Actually, it's pretty easy. If
To
there's
become
an
a member?
opening,
Really?
if it's an opening, it's a member referral. So if I was a member, you wouldn't have a chance unless I said, hey, I'd like to have Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, come in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd be in a panel to determine whether you're capable of or not.
Wow. You know how much it cost?
Nope. Didn't ask. Kind of like a yacht.
It's like a yacht, huh?
I can't afford it anyway, so guess what? I'm not going to depress myself by asking how much this costs.
We need your firstborn, your first grandson born, grandchild period born, and we'll just keep going along the list.
I give them those.
You would even give him Bill Cuevas too.
Yeah,
aftermarket child.
The AMC.
AMC baby, all the way.
So congratulations to Annika. Certainly well deserved of that honor to be a member at Augusta National Golf.
Hey, we can say that we saw the back of her house.
Yeah,
we saw the back of her house a couple of times.
Yeah, she has contributed so much to the game of golf, both in all aspects. As a professional and as an ambassador to golf. So
I truly think as they get into this and actually start talking about what they did and how they did it and why they did it, is the fact that the women's amateur plays at Augusta now. And what better spokesman ambassador than to have a member that's been through what these ladies are going to be going through. And she, the way I look at it, would be a major tournament administrator to make those girls' experience be over the top for what they, even the event that they're going through now is over the top for them. But with Annika's support, it would be so much stronger. And I can see that happen.
With her being there and people knowing that, she's a part of Augusta National, I think she would influence such a big more interest into that event. Just not by the participants, by all aspects.
Right.
So
it's gonna be interesting to see what transpires after this. You know what I mean? They can't hide it. Somebody leaked it. So somebody whispered in somebody's ear. So I don't, hopefully we'll get more about it, and hopefully it brings a great deal for the LPGA players out there.
Nobody releases news early. Nobody. It's very respectful business that we're in. Media.
Yeah, very respectable. Breaking news.
All right.
Guess what I heard.
Yes. Congratulations to Annika on that. And I have a news story regarding Patrick Reed, according to ProBible.com. Patrick Reed turns to last-ditch effort after having $750 million lawsuit dismissed If you guys remember, Patrick Reed was one of those people that jumped on board with that lawsuit. But Patrick Reed was never a stranger to controversy on the PGA Tour. And he had to know he was signing up for even more when he decided to defect to the Live Golf. He eventually filed a massive defamation lawsuit against some of his most vocal critics, and he's now turning to a last-ditch legal strategy after having the case dismissed. The rise of Live Golf injected a virtually unprecedented amount of drama into the sport, and plenty of players who made the leap to the Saudi-backed venture found themselves vilified as a result. You can certainly count Patrick Reed among that group, although you have to imagine he was already used to being framed as the bad guy after being repeatedly accused of cheating at tournaments and causing a fair amount of internal tension while representing the United States at the Ryder Cup in 2018. Reed's history has understandably been a hot topic of discussion among reporters and outlets that cover golf. And earlier this year, a number of them found themselves on the receiving end of a $750 million defamation lawsuit in a federal court in Florida by the man who accused them of dragging his name through the mud. We never got sued. The following targeted Golf Channel, the following targeted Golf Channel and Golf Week, in addition to people employed by both those outlets, including Brandel Chambly and Eamon Lynch. The lawsuit essentially accused them of engaging in years-long smear campaign against Reed, but U.S. District Judge Timothy Corrigan dismissed it on multiple occasions after ruling the golfer didn't have any legal standing. Now Reed's legal team is turning to another strategy in the hopes of continuing to pursue the complaint, as attorney Larry Klayman revealed he's asked Corrigan to recuse himself from the case while asserting his client cannot receive a fair, neutral, or unbiased adjudication based on the judge's decision to throw the case out before it even reached the discovery phase. I'm certainly not a legal expert, but this seems like a pretty bold move that probably won't pay off. With that said, I guess you can't blame them for giving it one last shot. Oh, Patrick Reed.
What it's going to do is going to piss that judge off.
Well, it's not just going to piss that judge off, but let's just say he does recuse himself. It's going to piss off whoever takes that bench, that seat to, to look over that trial or look over that lawsuit.
I mean, I don't get him. He got what he wanted. He got his live stuff. I mean, everybody's doing what they're gonna do. He's not making enough money that he needs to sue now to make what point? Is that the only way he can make the news? Because until you mentioned his name about this lawsuit, I even forgot about him.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing.
Keep that up, Bill, and you're gonna get one of those letters.
Well, I might just get it by saying this. Patrick, hey, look into my eyes. You are a public figure. You're a professional athlete. And under that, you will receive ridicule, criticisms, praise, and critique. So deal with it. That you chose that profession, and that's what happens.
Yeah. If I want to be remembered, it's not for all the lawsuits and because I have my feelings hurt. And when they probably weren't even hurt. It does. I mean, because he in all intents and purposes, when everything that happened, he wanted to be a bad boy of golf. And he's the only one standing alone that's still pushing it. The
And
rest
he
of it,
publicly said, I don't have a problem being the bad guy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, okay, you got to be what you requested. People look at you as the bad guy, and so move on. Why are you going to keep suing people and wasting time and effort for nothing?
Yeah.
What point is he trying
There's
to prove?
a lot more that could be done in the court system than Patrick Reed wanted to sue,
Brandel.
people's opinions.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, even when he was going back and forth, Brandel, that's what he does. That's his job. He goes out there and he talks about the people.
Shakes it up.
He shakes everything up.
He's like the shock jock of golf.
Mm-hmm. So, if he was as bad as Patrick said he was, they would have taken him off air. They're not going to keep him on air and become liable themselves by allowing him to have that platform to speak everything that he was doing. So I don't know. I think this is going to blow over like the rest, because I don't see the judge reclusing himself and say, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm biased to the other team, and yeah, you're right. You're not going to get a fair trial, and I'm not really that good. So I'm going to give you this pass that you want me to admit.
And typically, when you request a recusement,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it because there's some kind of relationship?
Mm-hmm.
A conflict of interest.
Yeah. And where is it? I don't. It's not like he's a member at somebody else, Brandon Chambly's golf club, or
he has dinner with him.
Yeah.
Or he knows Chambly's wife or mother, or doing something with somebody. But I think he's just fishing. And like they said at the end, it's probably going to get this. It's a last ditch. And maybe he'll bury himself in that ditch along with it, because it doesn't make sense at this point to be going through that. I don't understand. Honestly, I don't even want to understand. I don't care. I really don't care what he wants to do now with Chambly or anything else. Everybody else has moved on. I want to find out what's next with Liv and the PGA. If they're indeed going to still invade the LPGA, what they're going to do with the women. Because ever since everything else came and they started gelling and getting a little bit better, we haven't heard anything about the women. Before it was attacked, they were going to do this, they were going to do that, they were going to offer all these women money. Now we don't hear anything about the women. So are the women going to be left in the dark? That's what I want to know.
I hope not. Because I like to be a fan of it. And if you just neglect, and Greg, I know you got something to say, so we'll go to you after I say this, is if they neglect the women or put off the women, I'm not too sure how much of a fan I could be. Greg?
Well, I think the other side of it is when, and not to defend Patrick, because I don't have a fan club card of his, but the attorneys at some point have to say, enough is enough, Patrick. Let's go on. Except, and I have some good friends that are attorneys, and we've had this conversation, 30 to 40% of that $750 million is theirs.
Yep.
So let's keep fighting. You want to keep fighting? And he goes, yeah, why not? And so, yeah, he might be the bad guy of golf, but attorneys help spur that along.
Do the attorneys get paid if they don't win?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They want to continue to get paid too.
They don't get paid unless they win.
Yeah.
If they're on a contingent contract, settlement is where they're looking for.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, what attorney wants to go into a lawsuit and continue putting the man hours into that, knowing that it's a last ditch effort if he's not putting into it? If that's the case, then he has nothing to lose. He can keep doing whatever he wants, because I'm going to keep playing on their money. You know what I mean? But if it's actually coming out of his pocket, that's a different story. If they're making you pay, okay, we'll keep going, but you're going to have to pay us if it doesn't work.
And it could have changed in that way. Yes.
Yeah. So, because attorneys are sharp, they want to get paid. they want their money. So
don't go there, right?
Yeah. I can't. That part. They want their money more than he does.
Speaking of getting paid, we are into November here. This is the last show of October. I can't believe it. Holy cow! Yep. That means Thanksgiving this month. It means Black Friday is going to be this month, just a few weeks away.
Black Thursday, Black Friday, Cyber Mondays.
We have been at Big's Golf Talk getting some Black Friday early deals, and we're going to talk about one of those deals right after this. So talk about spending money and getting money and all that stuff.
Okay.
Woo! Got some Black Friday deals coming up on Big's Product of the Week. We'll be right back right after this.